everyone, and welcome back to the 30-day challenge. Today I have a really short beginner's Pilates abs. It will incorporate some elements, mainly of Pilates, a little bit of yoga. I like to fuse the two practices. I think they go really well when they're working together because I think they fill in the gaps for the other. So if you have a block or if you have like a small Pilates ball, either one of these things will be helpful today. And we'll get started seated with our legs out in front of us. And today we're working mainly on form. So a lot of the beginners Pilates abs classes I've seen kind of jump into what the movements are without really working on form. Although I've seen a lot of teachers do a great job talking about the C curve and the pelvic floor interaction. But to help us get that same intensity and that same connection to these muscles, we're going to use either a block or a ball in between the knees. And I want you to go ahead and just start squeezing that as tightly as you can. You'll feel the inner thighs activate, and maybe you already feel a little something in the abdominals. Sit up nice and tall. Bring the hands onto the legs. If you have normal sized arms, you can bring them behind the knees. Keep squeezing that block, and I just want you to round the back. So it's different than slouching, right? When we slouch, we kind of just hunch over like this. We're actively pressing our mid-back behind us. So we're squeezing the ball, holding onto our thighs, and then curling so that the mid-back presses out and back behind us. And then inhale back up. This time, exhale, press that back out, and then start to curl down just to your comfortable level. And then you can use the strength of the arms, curl you back up as you straighten the spine. So we'll do 4 more like that. Round through the back, press the mid back behind you, feel the lower abdominals activate, and then roll down to your challenging angle. And then slowly roll up and straight back. Keep squeezing the ball this whole time. It's really going to help you get that core activation. And again, round. And curl it back up. And we've got 3 more. Rounding back. And curling up. Try to make sure the shoulders aren't rounding in. You're keeping this area really open. And last one, round back. And curl back up, sit nice and tall. Remove the ball or the block. Come down onto the forearms here. And again, think of pressing the elbows into the floor to lift the chest up. And then from here, you can keep both feet planted if you can and you don't feel any pain in the low back. Go ahead and lift so that the knees are at a 90-degree angle. Point or flex through the feet, and you'll tap the right toes down. And then lift, left toes down, and lift. And notice here that I'm not bending the knee to tap the toe down. You keep the 90-degree angle and lower the whole leg as a unit. Keep pulling the navel in and up. Keep breathing, most importantly. I just had to remind myself to check my posture, so make sure you do the same. One more on each side. Very nice. And then bring the feet down to the mat and lay all the way down into your back. So the first exercise we did and this exercise, they're both working towards your roll up. But when you don't already have those really deep abdominal muscles connected, or you're not used to using them in this way, often we'll rely on momentum to pull ourselves up. And what we're working on here is building those foundational muscles so that we can get up without having that momentum behind us. So from here, you can bring your hands to your legs to help you, or to the floor. If you're already feeling really strong and you're bored, at some point you can bring the hands behind the head as well. But from here, you'll work that curve again. So start by rounding through the spine. So the navel pulls in, and already you're kind of in that the cat position, like we would be in when we move through cat and cow. Keep rounding, rounding, rounding. Come up as far as you can, and then roll back down. And by as far as you can with the feet remaining on the floor. So you can even extend them a little bit further or bring them closer, depending on what makes it easier for you. And again, round and curl up and roll back down. 3 more like this. Round, curl up, and back down. Round, curl up, and back down. And round and curl up, and back down. Last one, I think. Round and curl up, and back down. Very nice. And so from here, once again, you'll come onto your elbows, chest open. You'll bring those knees to a 90-degree angle, and we're going to work on our tock, but from a much easier starting point. So normally with the tock, we're on our backs with our knees bent or our legs straight. From here, we're going to stay supported, and you'll bring the knees over to one side, and then center, then over to the other side, and center. Left, center, and right, center. And keep moving like this. Strong breathing. Do about 3 more on each side. Last one on each side. Very nice. And then come back to center. Go ahead and roll yourself back down. Pull both knees into the chest. And so the last thing we're going to do here is a single leg pull. Keep your right knee into the chest. Extend your left leg out long at about a 45-degree angle. Curl the head and chest up. Hold on to that shin. Pull the knee in towards the body actively as you reach the left toes away. And then exhale and switch. Pull the knee in, reach, and switch. Pull, and switch. Try to keep the tension out of the neck here. Really use your core to support the entirety of the upper body. One more on each leg. And relax down. Very nice, very nice. Start to rock and roll forward and backwards. Kind of like you're rolling like a ball. If you can, roll to the tops of your shoulders without hitting your neck, and then catch yourself as you come up. Do so. If you want to go into a full rolling like the ball, you can reach around for the ankles, keeping the legs tucked in. Just a couple more rocks and rolls. Come all the way up. And so from here, we're going to come into our plank position, but we're going to do it very highly modified today, because again, this is a beginner's abs class. So your knees are really far back from behind the hips. Bring your forearms down to the mat. So your chest is pulling forward. You're pressing the elbows actively into the floor, rounding through the upper back. If you're like, this is not doing anything for me, you can tuck the toes and lift the knees, but feel free to stay on the knees today. You're still getting all the work in. And we're just going to drop the hips over to the right and center and left and center, right, center and left, center. Try to look forward. And sometimes these slower movements, when we're really working into form, they can be a little bit, sometimes even more challenging, right? One more on each side. And back to center. Go ahead and lower all the way down to the belly. Bring the arms out in front of you. Turn the fingertips slightly out. And then press into the hands. Pull the chest forward as you lift up. Stretching through those abdominals. And lowering back down. And just to even things out a bit, we'll do a few low cobras here just to also work the back of our core. We worked the front, we worked the sides. So hands in line with the chest. As you inhale, roll up, lifting the chest, lifting the shoulders, looking forward, and exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale and lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Last time, inhale and lift. And from here, press back to a child's pose. And come all the way up to seated. Thank you so much for taking this really brief period to work into your abs. If you still need more for your practice today, there's some other shorter videos that you can pair to this. There's one for tired legs, there's a study break one. There's a couple of them that you could go back to from this challenge if you just feel like you need to round out your practice a little bit more. But this was something that was really calling to me this week to share with you. I had an experience over the weekend, and I just feel like this is a really great way to connect to your core, and I really wanted to share this practice with you. So thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you.